Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
We'll give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who these blessings and salutations to the elect of the word. Truth and sincerity. Kind of got to speak up, buses.
I'ma just pan around and show them, we're downtown. Got it. It's a little loud, so Salakia, for the audio.
Hey, peace and blessings to you and back. Hopefully that's pushing the word on the four corners of the earth. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of what you call America and tell you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that y'all are the Hebrew Israelites out of the Bible. All right, and to tell you to come out of this world because it's going to be destroyed. And that's what our plainly our duty is. In this lot, we're gonna get into the scriptures, man, because really that's what needs to be heard in this present time, man. The truth of the scriptures.
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
And that's going into being a watchman in this thing. Being a spiritual news reporter, because we all have phones, we all have tablets and technology, so that doesn't give us the right or the license to be ignorant. Like the people in this world, okay? A lot of the phrases is I don't watch TV, period, and I don't watch TV and I don't watch the news. Meaning what? If you don't do that, you're not informed of what's going around you. Especially in big cities that you live in, it's always something that's going on, whether it be corruption within your government, or different laws and things that you have to change in your life, or the main thing is prophecy, and that's what the men of the Lord we're getting into. You see the videos going out now with the apostles, men that's was once a part of this thing or knew the name. They're now saying that this thing is a virus. Was a virus to them. You know what I'm saying? You got scoffers saying that this is a Hebrew Israelitism. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no Israelitism. This ain't no ism. This is the truth. That's right. This is one way, and there's one way, and there's one right doctrine, and there's one right truth. There's many a truth, and there's many truths. Arts, but there's only one truth. That truth is that the ones you call blacks and niggas in America, they the Israelites. And it just so be it that the Lord found it fit for them to understand the scripture. The truth of the scripture.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
And man. So we're making it plain upon the tables. We got the 12 tribes chart out here for you to understand the tribes, whether it be from your slave name to the right name. And we also have different signs out here, man, that ain't out right now. But we have different signs like what? The Mark of the Beast sign, the RFID chip. We got the missile signs. We got the Caesar Cesare Borgia signs too. That's making it plain to you about what this thing is. So when someone comes up and asks us what we're about, the Spirit sometimes has it where they already know what we're about. They walk by and look at the signs and then they get the Spirit, they get that frequency that we own already, man.
That's right.
That's making it plain. Not like these other doctors where you have to ask them a ton of questions and ask them things that they might not even tell you because why? They'll say, oh, it's a secrecy. Or if you're not enlightened, we can't tell you this. You got to go through their rigmarole and try to study their madness and their doctrine. But we're making it plain to you. This thing isn't very hard to grasp if the Lord dealing with you. And that's what the Holy Spirit is, okay?
And just go to show you the spirit of Jacob. And Kobe got a show on YouTube. Damn, I forgot that quick. What's it called? where he analyzes life. But anyway, he has a show. He basically does that. It walks you through every step-by-step play, what a player is supposed to be, where his man supposed to be, all of that stuff. Say that to say, you should be able to walk somebody through every single verse in this book. If you claim that you know this book and you claim that you love the Lord, right? You should be able to walk somebody through it. You claim you're a teacher, you claim that you're a prophet, you claim that you're a preacher, you should be able to walk somebody through the different prophecies, the history, every subject in the book is supposed to be made part. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
God, man. So that's the book. That's Habakkuk. Prophet. A prophet like Habakkuk saying, "Hey, the vision is set, but before a appointed time, everything has an end. Every kingdom man had an end to it. It didn't go on forever and ever. That's why you see different remnants of different kingdoms in this place that we are in now. All right, because power was just either the kings was taken down or the power was translated, man. Whether it be through war, through bloodshed. Really, that's how kingdoms are translated, through bloodshed. The ruler at hand, they don't willingly give over their power. You gotta take it from them. And like America, man, like with these Americans, what do they say? We gotta take our rulers from our core in hand, man. Charles de Heston, that spirit, man. So of course, they're not gonna give up their rulership, just willy-nilly. That's why you see them bug out, because they see it slowly declining.
That's right. Detail is the name of the show. God, hey, it's speaking. The Middle East is hot. Hotter than it's ever been. It's on fire. Okay, the minds of these Americans. The minds of these Americans is more fucked up and diluted than it's ever been. You actually have a push for transgenders now. This is the end that we're in. Okay, the scriptures talk about the many of love shall wax cold, or the love of many shall wax cold. Salaki. That's exactly what's going on. Nobody cares anymore about the health of these people and the moral fiber and integrity anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. It's about making a dollar. If you get scammed, if you get over, shit, scam and get over. It's capitalism. It's a rat race. So hey, it's the visions that are seen in this book are speaking right now. Every last one of them. That's what we bring out of it. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie, though it will tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, man. That spirit that ain't upright in him, that's what we call the Israelites, the Edomites. Their spirit isn't upright within them. But hey, guys out here that you see doing this word, men of the Lord, we're living by faith. You get Philippians 2. Because, the apostles, put up that guy, check out vocab Malone. Some of them call him low class Malone, or low class Malone. No class for vocab, man. All right? And he portrays himself to be some type of intellectual or someone that's very informed on different religions. Even the Israelite. He thinks he knows what this is all about.
He thinks he knows so much. Yeah. And Ariat did, and the reason why we talk about vocab so much is because somebody like that, they're going to go to the government, they're going to go with the information that they've gathered at the appointed time, they're going to give out information. See, this is the origin of this is what they do, this is what they believe. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And ultimately, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. That's why we go so hard against some shit.
Well, because we have to. What does scripture say, man? Breaking down the strongholds. Because he just thinks the prophets are just what? He calls them just parents, like he called them, man. But when he was on the hot seat going tit for tat with the scriptures, he couldn't hang. So it ain't no time to going back and forth through let's reason on the topics. No, the truth is the truth. We gonna curse you out, call you a devil, and send you on your way. We already made the truth, the scriptures. We already made our points.
That's right.
And made it solidified. Okay, the scriptures and what it says, going into the words, to the breakdown, man, to the different languages, and all they can do is wither a snake around the answers, man. We talking to people who celebrate holidays and go amongst all different types of people who believe different things. And we ain't supposed to reason with them. Them guys not even to be reasoned with. You hanging around people that believe totally different. Hey, tigers hang with tigers, man. Lions hang with lions. Okay, that's just how it goes. We're not fellowshipping or debating these guys, man.
It's Philippians 2:1. If there be therefore any consultation in Yahweh Shai, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any vows and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
Okay, man. Okay? Being of one mind. So yeah, we're all going to say the same thing. We have a strong connection in the word, the true doctrine. You can't come to one of us individually and try to ask us, I want to do an interview with this elder, this camp, this brother, or disciple in this camp, and try to get us to answer a different way than we was taught. We're one mind, man. We're one mind and one accord on how we were taught. Okay, man? So you can't say that we're regurgitating certain things, that we're just being a parrot, all right? Because at first, yeah, we get what was told to us, but then we get deeper, we go deeper, we do all types of different investigating and research. That's something, that's the Holy Ghost, man. That's the Holy Spirit, that's the Lord's substance.
Study to show thyself approved. It's verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
It kind of, man, because if another Christian is trying to reprove somebody else who reads the same Bible, and you coming at it at the angle they're coming at, that's strife and vainglory. Saying that we're bugged out, that what we believe, you should try to correct us. If you're a true Christian, you should sit us down. Look, this is the way Jesus said this, okay? He loves you, whatever that madness is. But no, they do things out of strife and vainglory.
You know the thing about it with the Edomites, man, through the course of their history, they've taken our book, they've taken our images, they've made it into themselves, and they completely warped it. Right now,
no, but that's what they say we did to the scriptures. No. They said we took the scriptures and y'all mangled it and y'all formed it to your emotions and doctrines. No, we didn't. That's not true.
we all came out the world, so we were brought up in the personal bullshit too, right? No, that's not the case. The Spirit led us to this, and it's the Spirit, right? The Holy, because the Bible says ghost. We know the word is Spirit. Okay?
Bro, we speak. All we can do is speak for ourselves, man.
Right.
We're not talking about the other camps. There are other camps, man, besides us who teach different doctrines. So yeah, you can talk to them that day, because those guys do bend and break and twist the scriptures to fit, meaning like what the mark of the beast is laying down with white women and stuff like that. Spirit is in the belly, yeah. The Sabbath is for Friday, the Sabbath. Those things are twisted too. Okay, we only follow the Spirit.
But he dealt with us the most.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He should already know what time it is. That was kind of.
Hey, find out scripture where it says, get diligence to make your calling. Is that scripture? not to say that, well, we do kind of know more than what the prophets back then knew, okay? But that Second Timothy 2:15, I'll look out. That's that we said first. But yeah, man. How do you think the scholars and learners, of this world? There's never a plateau because you can always learn different things. What the scriptures say, man? Like, be not ignorant in small and large things. So you can always build on things that was taught to you. Not to say that you can reinvent the wheel, but you can find little different ways on what you was taught and bring it out a different way. Or that's why we have brothers, because we can get different other perspectives, man. And things that we looked over or did research. That's why you guys is clowns, man.
Adhere to wise counsel.
I got to look at that
I'm gonna get this 2 Timothy 2:15. God, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you're supposed to be able to rightly divide the word of truth. That means that there's a wrong way to divide the word of truth. All right, we know this book is the word of life, the word of truth. That's all I'm saying. So you're supposed to basically labor to understand the whole book, to understand the whole message, to understand what the men of the Lord looked like, what regions they were in, where they went to, why they went there, who were the Gentiles they were talking to. Why was that such an important thing for Israel?
The remission of sins. Who the remission of sins given to? Now we can say all day who the law is given to. Yeah, man, that's the step. Who did he call Jesus died for? Okay, who are the Gentiles? Who are the uncircumcised? How are they grafted back in? Those are the mysteries that you Christians are not informed on. Y'all don't have. All they can say in rebuttal is, if anyone will believe, whoever believes on the Lord can be saved. That's John 3:16, but it goes deeper than that. And John also would tell you that he didn't come for the world.
And that's another thing you notice too. They don't bring out scriptures. They just go John 3:16 and they talk for 30 minutes. Nobody brings out scriptures. It said, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more godly.
Hey, so it said, shun profane and vain babbling, man. Vain babbling is what, hey, man, vocab and these guys, they not too far, like the apostle said, they not too far from vain babbling, man. You get on live video, freestyling, man. All right? Trying to intertwine hip-hop and Christianity. That's all vain and vain battle. Okay? And you had that video, Peace of Spirit, last night. I was just going to say that. Hey, man, because it was trending or something. It was in my recommended, and I was watching that Gms video on BT. How the monastery shit came from and all that. They did an interview on it. Then Apostle uploaded a video about vocab was doing live on it, man. And you can't put off Chingy on us, man. Don't do that. Don't put Chingy on us, man. He's just another guy who the Lord woke up for a small second, and that was it. The King Judah. Yeah, King Judah, and then they thought it was cool. They thought it was a movement, and everybody was going to pile in. And I think you thought it was sweet. Put fringes on your hats and your damn jackets.
All wickedness from the city that we're from. Because he's from St. Louis, so we're familiar with him and his bubblegum ass rapping.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bubblegum. It was some hit stuff.
Yeah.
It's still this to this day. Ain't no front. Ain't no front.
He's a bubblegum.
Yeah. But back then, it was the hottest thing. But waking up to this truth, we understand that entertainers are going just because they come out and say something. It's not we ain't gonna, that ain't a stamp on it because we know for a fact that what they have to do to get to the status they're at, and they're not fully in this. You might have rappers because like being a rapper is being made battle. That's what the scriptures do. You can equate that to being battling as well. That's all they do is just talk and talk. The Lord had one point in time when we want to give the arms like that. And they might give behind the scenes, they might give ties with them. They ain't gonna really be on the phone. Sure, that will come to this point.
I'm going to jump down to verse 21. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work.
One thing, man, real quick, man, not to switch the spirit, but you see a lot of you see a lot of them professing that they know the truth, but they're dealing with men. That's right. The Lord's dealing with men that's going to stand out here and be good. These women out here aren't going to stand out here and look and being looked at as a show, because that's how people look at us. Women aren't going to do that. So that's why the Lord, after you get that gear, Revelation 18,
one more on that. It said, fly also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart.
Hey, one thing, every nigga think, man, he can play basketball and rap, man. That's what every nigga, especially, hey, in St. Louis, man.
Sure.
Yeah. Niggas always think they can spit a hot 16 rap and hoop. And you do that as a kid, and brothers might still rap, but people say, hey, when I was a child, I put away childish things. Recreationally, of course, but niggas really drop everything and try to be a rapper, whatever the case may be. You know, that's a youthful lust. Okay, you know, it comes with it. That's really youthful lust to me. 18 says, talk about how the Lord's tabernacle is being with men.
Destruction of Babylon. Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Read all the way to verse 8. No, 9.
And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. This place is going to be that lake that's what he's talking about. This place is that lake of fire and brimstone. It's not talking about the spiritual realm you go when you die, because that's what Christians believe. that you'll die and you'll burn forever. All right. They force conversion on you. And back in the medieval times, these Edomites, they torture you for you to have to believe in Messiah. And that's what they did when we came here. They whipped you. They made all your high holy days based on Catholicism, Protestantism. And that's where we are today. That's where our people still are spiritually. That mindset that was beat into them. All right, but this thing that we're pushing is a new thing. And it's a positive thing too. It's not like we're telling people to be radical or do dumb shit.
And that's one thing I don't get is because why are they mad when pushing the truth, calling ourselves Hebrew Israelites, but it does nothing but benefit us?
That's right.
That's what I can't understand that. What's so wrong with me saying you're telling Jake to repent and get right?
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing.
That's right. Bringing out history. These Edomites, they talk about they love you and all this bullshit.
Yeah, they fake feeling it.
Fake it. There's so much of our history that when you really study and you get into it, you're like, man, I never do this, I never do this. They've whitewashed our history so much, they don't even know who we are and who they are throughout the course of history in so many parts. They forget that. They forget that there were us in Ireland. There was us in Spain.
Well, that's sloppy. Like I said too, that's why they created that jump for because we learned that from our teachers, man. We learned that certain people from now, back in the day, maybe whether it be the Renaissance period and so on, people that a lot of people know they were actually Israelites and that was actually Jake. They can't understand that because we're so low now. We're so low now that anybody great that was back then. Oh Jesus, like blah 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 blah. They joke at that. But if you read and do research, you can tell that they were men of color.
Hey, the U.S. I'm into some history shit. The U.S. even I believe in it's in the Marine Corps Hill. It say from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Now the halls of Montezuma, what is that? That's Mexico. That's Issachar. The shores of Tripoli, that's what? Northern Africa. That's where the U.S. sent the Marines to fight against the Moor pirates, the Barbary Coast pirates, which was us, Jacob. So that we actually fought against the United States at a certain point, against the Marine Corps. That's what the hymn is about. Right? From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, whatever. So these Edomites, they don't even know their own fucking history. All right, every nation has a king too. You telling us in our nation it was never a king? Not in because Esau said millions of years of history. In millions of years of history, none of us. There was never a king. There was never any royalty. You're a hater, man. You're a fucking hater. That's what a hater would say. Not a God-fearing Christian. Matter of fact, you jumped to that. Let's try something to jump to.
This place is nice. One time, 1 second, it's real loud, then it gets real quiet.
1 second, people ignore the shit out you. The next, everybody's staring at you and shit. So, there you go. What's that, Job? Hey, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is it? So if you cover the faces of some judges, that means there are judges set up to judge the earth. Who's it talking about? You're talking about the Israelites. Now the people in the land of Israel today, when were their faces covered? When did anybody go through their history and delete their history? These people on the sign, these are the people, our history gets deleted so much that it's coming out right now. Oh, did you know that this happened during slavery? Did you know that this happened? Every week it's a new revelation of some wicked shit this man did to us. Every week.
Yeah, we had a mind capacity to know what really for the good to us. So the Lord keeps our sanity. We know we got up.
every single week. Like the new thing is, women's reproductive rights and health and shit. Well, this man experimented on all of these women on the side to get that understanding. He cut them open, cut them up and did all this crazy shit. You go to the hospital, for a cold or something. If you was Jake, they'll cut you open. You go in there for an ear infection or something simple. Oh, we got to cut a toe off. We got to draw blood out, That's what this man is famous for. I got another one. This is Daniel 7:25. It said that he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. And who changed the times? Who changed the way that you measure the calendar? Who changed the cycle of the moon, which is the month, to a fucking 30 or 31 day calendar, or 28, or if it's a leap year, not the month is longer, all this bullshit. That's this man. It's Esau. Hey, you go to these other nations, a lot of them, they can still do that. They can still tell what time it is according to the sun. Because a lot of them, they actually worship the sun, which is wicked. A lot of them, they can look at the moon and tell, they can look at the sky and tell what time of year, what season it is. Even though these other nations, they worship the stars and all that shit. But, we don't do that. But still, those things are set up to be signs of, the times. And only this man did that. The Arabs didn't do that.
Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 4. We start at 13. Thine eyes shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of the innocent blood of Israel, that it may go real with thee. And I'm gonna make a point real quick. I'm gonna jump up to verse 10. It says, the innocent blood be not shed in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. And somewhere in the scriptures too, it tells you that blood has to be shedded for the blood that was shed. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but the scripture goes like that, meaning there was so much blood, and still to this day has been shed in the hands of these heathens. The chief heathens, Edom.
Eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
And that's what that means too. And I'm going to jump real quick. Verse 13, thine eye shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which thy of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it. And that's a major key to a question to ask. These heathens is, how did they end up here in the first place? And then how did this land be begat? And you like to say slavery, but really they enslaved us. And there wasn't no damn our own people who did so. There was actually Hamites who did so that I'm talking about the transatlantic slave trade. That was bloodshed that began. But before that, you had major bloodshed here on the Western Hemisphere, if you will, pursuant to the Native American Indians. Can you find out where it says Gad? Is it true? Because now we're going into what the atrocities, really, just speaking on, certain things that happen here. And as time goes by, it seems like these people get short-term memory loss about what actually happened. You have a bunch of Native Americans called Gadites in the scriptures, which we hardly see anymore. They got taken over. Now, what if Esau said, they so naive, or they shouldn't have been so get along with us.
Yeah.
Because that's the mindset of these Edomites. So you gotta think about it. They live their life as, hey, if we're stronger than you, we're gonna do everything in our power to overtake you, whether it be from down or through not down, but being a snake, like a real serpent. Meaning, the serpent really what's the word I'm trying to say? He cons you, so to speak. He's deceptive, and that's how this land was taken. The Native American Indians were nice to Edom, to the Edomites, because you got to think about it, man. The so-called white people who came over here, a lot of them were fleeing persecution in the Europeans, and what you call it, the England, Ireland, things of that nature. Okay, so really they were degenerates. They weren't all, the upstanding ones that came over. A lot of them were just the degenerates, man. Why do you think they brought the things that they brought over here? Like smallpox, different diseases. They brought the swine over here. You think Dad wasn't really smart like that, man. They had what? Buffalo, corn, veggies, things of that nature, man. Good diet. He went until the so-called white man came over. Now you did have certain uprisings and things like that. Yeah, it was a big fight. It was big fights throughout history. I talked about Fierce Nation. Fierce Nation. You know what? Fierce Nation. I think it's the 28
Should have bought my breakfast. Deuteronomy 20:50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Matter of fact, verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Yeah, because that's one gift. The so-called white man can talk his ass off. He's a snake charmer. So he'll make all types of deals and treaties, but he broke every single treaty that was put down. He made it seem all nice that we were going to live. Oh, we was going to live in peace and harmony with the Native Americans. That wasn't the case. If Native Americans, they had ability to look in the future, and, about it. If they could, they wouldn't have trusted them from the get-go. Guess what? It was all prophecy. These so-called white people are truly the fierce nation. They'll do whatever it has to take for them to remain in the position they'll do, whether it means putting you under the bus or killing you, or shedding your blood. Check out the ID channel, man. The ID channel on TV, man. You have a lot of so-called white families, man, knocking off their folks for insurance money, man. Knocking off their folks for position, or money, or just what? Off hatred. Plain hatred. Kill you, man. Bury your body, put you in, dump you with some, decompose you. Alright? Hey, it's saying, hey, we can land on Plymouth Rock, blame it on us. Blame it on us, man. And that's what truly happened. Alright? But that gets brushed over. That gets looked over, man. That gets looked at. But they knows those are the, if American has sins, they will say that was the first sins of this place. Guess what? There's too much blood that's been shed to be covered. I have a precept. Genesis 49:19. Yeah, the truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So at the last, man, when the tribe of Gad gets risen up with spiritual power, he's gonna put you devils down, man. All you devils that killed the Native American Indians, man, y'all gonna get paid back for that. You know, y'all think y'all living it up here in America, but this place was guided by bloodshed. Am I wrong? Are we wrong? It's the truth. It's just the truth. But we're the bad guys for saying so. How y'all got stadiums and buildings and y'all got baseball teams saying the Indians. Y'all got the Cowboys and the Indians for Halloween. Redskins. And this devil is such a damn deceiver and prideful. He'll mock you that he took you down. Hey, they were collecting skulls of the so-called Native Americans. Of Gads, man. Of Gad. They were collecting skulls, man. They were cutting off the top of the heads of certain Indians, man, and keeping it. Hey, look, I got this chief. You gonna take this?
I think they got paid for it too.
Yeah.
I think they got paid for scalp.
Yeah. And what's that president who's the Indian killer?
Andrew Jackson.
Man.
Hey, and the scriptures talk about my enemies have made a psalm against me, and that's what these they talk shit. The scriptures talk about not a dog is supposed to move his tongue against the children of Israel. And these nations, they make, just like we had the Marine Corps hymn, which we just brought out, where they make fun of us, you know, all the tribes that they went against and they defeated us. You got it's a book called, they make you read in school, 10 Little Indians, but it's really supposed to be 10 Little Niggas, but 10 Little Indians. So they play with our name. They play with us. Because hey, they don't take us seriously. And right now, Jake, in those different sports teams that the brother was referring to, hey, Jake is starting to kind of get pissed off because they can see the slave-master relationship. What's the dude named Antonio Brown? He called the owner, he called him a fucking cracker or something to that extent. So Esau is mad. You know, they're not gonna let him play anymore or whatever. Hey, but what happened with Donald Sterling though? He was racist for years. They talked about he would bring players out and be like, yeah, this is my black friend right here. He would say little slick, you know, because that's what Esau do. They like to say little slick shit. They try to gauge, you know, how much of a coon or how far that they can get. They try to see if I can say little slick shit and get the fuck out of here. We see what y'all are doing. All right, Jake, we play the dozens and shit all the time growing up. We know we're being insulted. People are doing funny style shit. All right, so you Edomites, for some reason, there's a universal principle. You know, we call it karma. Everything you do, that shit is gonna come back to you eventually. It's gonna get your ass. For some reason, y'all think that throughout all the bloodshed, all the theft, all the robbery, somehow you're just gonna get away scotch-free and just go sailing into, you know, the universe. You're gonna go to Mars and shit. Matter of fact, let me get that. The pride of thy heart have deceived you. People have something to do.
Psalm 82 in 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumble, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. Verse 3, they have taken a crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they have confederated against thee, tabernacles of Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Ebel, and Ammon, and Amalek, Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre,
Actually, Philistines, so-called Africans, Moabites, so-called Chinese, Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, what else you say, Amalek, the so-called Jew, right? Really the Khazars, the Amalekites. What else did you say? Moab, so-called Chinese. And you guys have record of who we were too, not just Esau. All right, so you gonna get punished too for lying with us.
It said all those that be joined with him that will be thrust through. They adhere to this American system. They adhere to taking down us as a people. It said y'all should want us to come out and being a nation no more, man, so to speak, man. Y'all don't want us to be a nation no more. Y'all want us to just go away. Y'all don't want the Israelites here on the earth no more. But guess what? We make this place, man. We the best thing in this place, man.
That's right.
Without the Israelites, this place wouldn't be shit.
That's right.
All right? You people don't know what the hell's going on, man. Without Israelites, man, America wouldn't exist anymore. Period. The Ishmael, Israelites, there was a couple of Israelites up on that.
Okay, got it.
We had like 4 or 5 of them. Together working.
Shit, it's hard. They'll come in and not even speak English. They know how to cut grass, they know how to do landscaping, they know how to stack bricks, they know how to be a mechanic or something.
Yeah, you drive around West County. Okay, you drive around I want to say there's nothing but Issachar on the side of the road with the trucks and cleaning up and trimming, going out to these different cul-de-sacs, these neighborhoods and these big houses, man. Issachar is working, man. It's working every day.
Was it that shot?
But Judah does too, man. And you know when the Israelites around, you go to the spot, man. Music playing, it might be dirty a little bit. But the food is bomb.
I went to a spot like that. It was a Chinese spot. I'm like, man, this food is good as fuck. I look in the back, it's a car. It's a car back there listening to, salsa music. Like, look at this. He got Chinese people, got Mexican people cooking Chinese food. Yes.
I guarantee it, you're Chinese by itself. No music playing, no nothing. This is quiet. That's how I do it. Hey, when Israelites can make the world go around, what does the scripture say? We are the salt of the earth. What if the salt lost its savor? Meaning what? If there's no salt around, there is no vibration to it. We bring the vibration. It's very enlightening to be around Israelites. But when we're around our enemies, there's always tension. Why do you think that is? It's because it goes back to scripture how we're gonna us and the heathens don't get along. But we always try to get along and indoctrinate our people with their philosophies and things of that nature. But it always get us the wrong. It always lead us for one going off against the Heavenly Father and the Son, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We weren't taught to try to get along and adhere to these heathens' doctrines. Right. Check out these Arabs, man. They believe in being a Muslim, right? If they so much believe in it, being Islamic and being a Muslim, why the hell do they sell us poison in these stores? Poison meaning what? That alcohol, man, that beer. Now a lot of our people perish because they overindulge in that shit, man.
That malt liquor, they always got malt liquor.
Yeah, and I believe it tell you in what they read, the fucking
Yeah, but doesn't it also say in the Bible
Quran.
that you can drink?
I'm not talking about that. But in the Quran,
You can drink.
hey, in the Quran, it tell you that it is a real evil thing to drink, man.
Oh, that's what's in the
Yeah, it tell you that in the Quran, but they gonna sell us that. They gonna sell us that, and then call us brother. You my brother. Try to get us on that shit, man. Oh, brother or cousin. You see, Jay, they think Ishmael and the Edomites is their friend. That's not the case, man.
Yeah, you can drink according to the Bible, but some things you don't want to drink. You know what I'm saying? Because your body's a temple. You don't want to put malt liquor in your body. That's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna fuck up your blood pressure. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like smoking cigarettes. You know, you really don't want to do that because your body's a temple. You know, you can eat fried chicken every day, but shit, your blood pressure gonna be through the fucking roof. All about judgment, good judgment. That's all. Hey, the scriptures talk about us, the Israelites. We're the judges of the earth, so we're supposed to know all matters, big and small. We're supposed to know. You know, the things that are better for you to eat. You know, it's simple stuff. You probably know a lot of it. But, you know, what's better, what kind of water is better for you to drink, that you should get like the alkaline water and stuff like that. The things that are better for you to do. And that's the legacy of our people. But here in America, like the brother was saying, hey, they put us on BET, they put us on TV, MTV, all this bullshit. And then they promote us as being degenerate, and then our people follow that shit. You know, our women. Look at our women. Now they came with that wave of what's that called? Housewives, Atlanta, and Bad Girls, all that bullshit. And it seems like now they really just off the fucking chain, because that's what they promote. And this is what we're supposed to go back into. Got it. See, I'm gonna get into. Yes, I know. It said, it's Romans 10. Romans 10 and 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So our people, they love God. They say they love God. They go to church, do all of this, put a bumper sticker on, but they're not doing the things that He told us to do. All right. They're not doing the things that He told us to do. So you have a zeal, but you're not doing it according to righteousness. It's not according to knowledge. But they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of the Most High. That's what our people do. They want to shine. I want to be the next rapper. I want to be the next, dope boy, whatever new. I want to be a social media star. I want to be it keeps going back. That rap shit, man. That's a wicked thing. That rapper thing. Like the cheap thing. We heard about that and joked about that before. And now that the apostle has kind of brought it out, you can kind of see that rap thing is heavy. What's the dude that Killer Priest? He was once part of the camp. He was once part of One West. He became a rapper. You got all these other people who transitioned into rap, or a gospel rapper, a Christian rapper, something like that. So they have a zeal, but not according to righteousness. And our people try to make our own. You try to make your shit into shine over. I put it like that. It don't work. For the Yahweh Shai is the end of the law of righteousness to everyone that believeth God. And what's belief? Well, for you to say you believe in something, well, let me get that in James. Get that. Which you God. James 5. James 2. It says James 2, 17. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start from 14. So like James 2 and 14. What does it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say to them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, and notwithstanding, give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead and alone. God, hey, if you say you have faith and you don't commit yourself to something, it doesn't mean anything. If a woman, you give it a woman, she says she's faithful, she loves you, and she's, out here, buzzed down in the city, she's dead. Dead in the water.
Woman go off.
She is. Everybody else is hitting, yeah.
That's not a wife though, man. That's
she's dead.
Yeah.
She's dead. God.
Oh, that's just because she's in pleasure. Like Jake, they walk in pleasure right now. Jake can indulge in any type of fleshly matter, because if it ain't of the spirit, like sensual things, like the brother was saying, anything that's a really like a feeling, whether it be like smelling, hearing, touching, that's all of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? That's your senses. But if it's not a spirit, it's of the flesh. That's why you have balance. But Jake doesn't know. But Jake doesn't know. These Israelites out here doesn't know that you have to have balance with what you indulge in. You can't just have 100% flesh and then with no spiritual. You gotta at least find your way to do both. Because even a little folly is okay, but you gotta make sure you hide your follies the best you can. And guess what? You can't be too spiritual there. Guess what? You get over that. Jake is so fleshly. It's like, damn, bro, you ain't got nothing about it to talk about. I'll be like, man, you gotta kind of separate yourself from Jake. All you want, hey, you hear about the game, you hear about, no, I ain't hear about it, man. I don't want to hear about it. Whether if you have to be honest as a dove or wise, yeah, do so. Just to let time go by, whatever the case may be. But you never see there's some Jake. That's why the scriptures say it always keep going. Constitution.
It's a good pocket for that. So like you were saying, man, you gotta, and the scriptures talk about basically if your feet are too much in your neighbor's house, he will tire of you. And the apostle was bringing out, how with a lot of people, familiarity breeds contempt. They get familiar with you, and basically think they can fuck you over or try you or something like that. So, all of it, of course, comes over time. But hey, I kind of experienced that in the past too. You get too, and it's not with all people, but with certain people, you get to know them, or maybe you've spoken with them, and now they feel like they can do little slick shit.
Sure.
The kind. There you go. Exactly.
Sure. Most people aren't immature, so you gotta be very, very circumspect. Because if you are in Babylon, you just gotta be aware because that shit, people get a little too comfortable around you. But it all with experience.
was talking about the senses.
Yeah, it's lucky too. If I could say, you don't know who the Lord sent you, as far as being an angel in disguise too. So you always have to be aware of those things.
Ecclesiastes.